So how many of you are 100 people strong organization? Less than 50 people? Less than 50? Less than 10? Less than 5? One-man organization? I'm in the right group. Almost all my, I would say, presentations or interactions have been with startups and entrepreneurs. I'm differentiating. It's not necessarily only startups. People have been in business for quite some time. Startups and entrepreneurs who are not very large, but who have that drive and ambition, and they are building on whatever it is that they have created and that they're following. And I've chosen today's particular topic because it's a little different from what many of us would have been exposed to. I told Ramya that all of us, right through our journey, whether it is academic in nature, whether it's business management or initial years of being in either corporate life or on our own, we are always exposed to learning from the giants. How many of you here don't know Tamil? Only one, two of you. இல்லைன்னா நான் எப்போதும் என்ன சொல்வேன்னா, பில் கேட்ஸ் என்ன சொன்னார், ஸ்டீவ் ஜாப்ஸ் என்ன சொன்னார், what did Bill Gates say? Okay, what did Steve Jobs say? And that's all we get exposed to. So I've specifically chosen today's topic to say that there's great value, there are great things that I have learned through my many years of both corporate life and being an entrepreneur, and I want to just open your minds out with one or two examples. Okay? How many of you have read this book called, you wouldn't have? Nobody would have. You have?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Very good. I'm happy. Okay. Some of you have seen the movie which came later. Book first published in 1726. All of you know the story. Gulliver gets stranded in an island called Lilliput. And the people of Lilliput, the Lilliputians, they are only 6 inches tall. Though they are 6 inches tall, their abilities, their craftsmanship, their workmanship, their knowledge of various things is as good or better than normal people. Which is why I chose that there is as much to learn from Lilliputians as there is to learn from giants. Okay, do you know these guys? Yes. Do you know Dandapani? So I'm going to tell you the story of Dandapani. Mid-1980s, I had graduated from having one second-hand Standard Herald, second-hand Fiat, to my first new Maruti car. And new Maruti car, so I took care of it very well. Every quarter I will take it for service to ABT, who was the dealer at that time. Did that for the first year, and after the first year, we were staying in T Nagar, and there was a local petrol bunk near Panagal Park. So I took it there because it's an authorized Maruti service station, and I started giving it there for my quarterly service. And in that petrol bunk was Dandapani, must have been about 18 years old at that time. And his job at that time was senior mechanic who will tell, hey, etta number spanner kondo, get spanner number 8, get so and so, do this, do this. So he was doing all the odd jobs to assist the chief mechanic. But in a couple of years that I was going there regularly for my service, just got to know that boy. He was enthusiastic, he'll always come around and stuff. So after 2 years, he came to my house one day, and I stay in T Nagar. Conversation in Tamil, but I'm translating it to English because a couple of you who don't. And he said, so they are closing the petrol bunk. There's some real estate development activity happening, and so they are closing the petrol. So I said, Dandapani, what are you going to do? So me and my brother, we've decided to start our own one workshop. I said, what are you going to do? Do you have a place? No, sir, we don't have a place yet, but there is one shed which is becoming available and we will do. So what are you going to do? I said, sir, whenever you used to come and leave your car for service, and we'll tell you 6 o'clock in the evening we'll give the car, you will come exactly at 6. Sometimes we give you at 6, sometimes it will take till 8 o'clock. I know how difficult it is for you to wait and to get your car. Sometimes we'll tell you it's not yet done and we'll give you only the next day. And you know that even without one day having the car, you are put to great inconvenience. So me and my brother, we have decided we'll come to your house at 7 o'clock in the evening. Sir. We'll collect your car. We will do all the service, give it back to you next day morning with water washing before 9 o'clock, before you can go to office. I said, you can take my car. Like this, he has gone to 70, 80 customers who are coming to that petrol bunk, giving them the same value proposition that I will do overnight service of your car so that you don't need to be even for one day without using your vehicle. Starting there, today Dandapani has about 30-40 mechanics. He does only BMWs plus Mercedes-Benz plus other things. He has a workshop in Kodambakam. Dandapani, do you all think he's a good entrepreneur? I'm just wanting to know. Or he's not at the level of Bill Gates and Ambani's and stuff. Is there something? And I'll tell you what is it that I learned. It's not that therefore I want to say the value proposition with which he said this is my product or service was so powerful that I as a customer said take my order. So I want to ask each one of you and examine this very closely. How much of you have one value proposition where you go and present this is my product or service and customer says here take the order? Not that easy, would you agree? That is my learning from this Lilliputian called Dandapani. Do you know Mariamma? You don't know Mariamma, okay? Mariamma is the vegetable vendor who comes to our house. In our house, we are a joint family. There are 3-4 real establishments who are part of the same compound in 2 houses. So she'll come by about 6:30. 2 large baskets which get unloaded from a tempo which she brings. Maybe she bought these vegetables at Coimbatore, but she's come there 6:30 in the morning. And she'll leave the baskets near the entrance. The ladies of the house are not yet ready. They are still having some chores to do within the house. So as soon as she comes and she has that free time, she'll take a broomstick and completely sweep the entire outside area of the house. And then she will do what is called kolam. Kolam is rangoli without any color, white color. Okay. Rangoli minus the rang. Vasala kolam potru. All tanni telchu, sani ginila kondu all. So she'll do everything to clean the outside of the house, decorate it to the best level possible. And this kolam is a very auspicious thing. Okay, it's a nice thing, gives you all the things of that. And she has done that all that in 15-20 minutes when she is waiting for the ladies of the house to come out. So ladies of the house come out 7 o'clock, they still will bargain with her, say, no, your price is high, or this is there, all that. But when she leaves the house, her basket is empty. And I'm very sure Mariamma is doing the same thing on different beats, on different days, in different areas that she is covering to get her basket fully sold, even though there is Big Basket, there is Reliance Fresh, there is Paramudir Cholais, all that is available all around our house. But we'll still buy from Mariamma. What is it that I learned from her? The value, okay, she'll bring one instrument which is called Aruva Mane. Okay, it's one you guys may not have seen it, but it's one curved blade with a coconut grater at the end, and you can cut, yam and tough vegetables which are very difficult to cut with the ordinary knife. So Arva Manakondro, she'll cut yam, tenga turuvi, she'll give you grated coconut, all that value added service free. And she's not doing that value added service with an intention that I must get something. It is natural, automatic, and she does that, endears herself to the entire family. They will all buy from Mariamma, irrespective of whether they've already bought yesterday, whatever. So to me, there's a customer retention strategy that I learned from Mariamma. Even though there was competition all around, so even though there's Paramudiri, Chola, Reliance Fresh, etc., she hasn't lost one single customer. I have actually used this in different businesses, in different times. We were once, we had an organization which we started called Microland that was later in networking services, and part of that we said, let's go to a customer, and we said we'll do a free network audit. Mariamma strategy is what I called it at that time. Free network strategy, and we will assess and we'll tell you where there are any either security requirements or there's any other performance related things. Nothing, you don't need to buy anything from me. So now I'm calling which is free. In lovely lesson which we can learn from some here. Okay, I don't want to go. There's a similar things, but I'll take it up only if time permits, and then our interaction goes on, because she told me it's strictly 15 minutes and then you have to wind up your presentation. Okay, like that, two more which we will reserve, and if time permits during the discussions, I'll take it up. So I want to say, while we learn from the giants, there is an opportunity. Look around, question, learn. Jyoti Stores is another example. I won't go into the details, but it is a local store in my own locality, still operates from a 200 square feet area. It's your local provision stores. All of you would have experienced similar things in your own locality. He has survived 3 generations. He has survived all the other supermarkets and others who have come around. His growth is there. His children are now in the US. They're all, Jyoti Stores, with Jyoti Stores, there's entrepreneurship lessons which I've picked up, which I will share later, but yes. In Washington, D.C., subway, early in the morning, January, cold, maybe about 7:38 a.m. There was somebody standing just outside the station playing on his violin. Lovely, Bach creations that he was playing on his violin. Really melodious. People were in a hurry to get to their office because early in the morning, you know how busy it is at that particular point of time. So they were running around. One elderly person stops for maybe about 15-20 seconds, finds he has to move on, so he just puts $1 into that hat and then moves on. A child is really enthralled by the music, and mother is dragging the child, but the child stays there for a minute wanting to listen, and then they also go away. People like that, in a hurry all the time, pause for some time, a few people here, a few people putting $1, and at the end of 1 hour, this gentleman packs up his violin case. There's about $20 in the hat. He takes it and he goes away. This gentleman, the gentleman called Joshua Bell, he's the greatest musician, violinist, and just 2 days before, in Boston, the entire theater got sold out at an average price of $100 per ticket. He played that same music here in front of Washington, D.C. metro station. The experiment was conducted by Washington Post to really establish that if there is beauty in an environment which we do not expect, do we have that ability to enjoy that particular beauty? If we are missing Joshua Bell because of our own hurry, because of the things that we are involved in, how many other things are we missing in life? And that was the question that they wanted to say, have that ability to enjoy and appreciate beauty or quality in ordinary surroundings and in ordinary environments. Watch out for those and you will get quite a few which we can take on. That's the story of Joshua Bell. So we all saying, hey, start, get funded, become unicorn, get acquired and exit. This is what wants to happen to us. Agree? Yes. Okay. Because I've interacted with the entire Thai, Chennai entrepreneurial members within IITMIC, other forums. This is there. Whereas I want to say, this is equally important. Start, survive, build, sustain, grow, scale. Sorry, this is with our own money. Are we ready for this? Good to be ready for this because then you're an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur where it is not dependent on only this or only that. I have the ability to build my company, my product, my service, my growth while I pursue all that. Nothing stops us from pursuing, but it's not dependent. That's the lesson which I picked up from various other things, and this is my, I would say, favorite. Lots of people I talk to, they'll all say, what do you have? I have this solution that can solve global problems. I ask anybody and their startup what it is, I have this particular product or service which can solve global problems. Okay? Nobody wants to solve local problems. Everybody wants to solve only those global problems. Even though it may be so, even though it may be valid, even though it may be relevant. My thing is first excel at local, excel at regional, excel at national, certainly become global. But nothing stops you from first excelling at local. And I'll give you this little anecdote. There was a street which had 4 barbers. 4 barbers, so one of them decided, no, I need to change something and differentiate myself. So he put on a sign saying, best barber in town. So the next guy saw that and he said, best barber in the whole of England. Next guy, best barber in Britain, includes all that. Next guy put up that sign saying, best barber on this street. I would say, become the best barber on this street. Nothing stops us from becoming best barber in town or London or universe, etc. Those are lessons that I've learned from the Lilliputians. When we talk, we are merely repeating what we already know, but when we listen or observe, we may learn something new. Let's observe around us and let's pick up lots of things which are useful to us as entrepreneurs from various sources. Thank you.